Domo, Penkuro desu.
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to Penlight Chronicles. We're just three friends who want to share our love for Stardew Idols with you. Hello, everyone. I'm Maiko.
I'm Hoshi.
And I'm Zoe.
And this week, we're bringing back special guests, not one, but two. So, our audiences who have been ardent listeners, please welcome back Anna and our friend Ellie.
Yay!
Hello. So, if listeners have listened to our synopsis episode, you will have heard the wonderful opinions of Anna and her many years of fangirling experience, just to make us a little bit more credible as newer Kitsumai fans. And then we also have a longtime fan, Ellie, joining us as well. So just a little bit of, I guess, background. So how long have you been a Kitsumai fan, Ellie?
I've been a Kiss My fan since 2010, which is just pre-debut. Yeah, 2010.
Longtime fan indeed.
So do you want to hit, like, your highlights of your fandom journey with us?
So my fandom journey started with Arashi, as I think many people's journeys started with Arashi. And through Arashi, I found Heisei Jump first
Oh.
from their Time concert, because they were very tiny babies in Time concert.
Very.
And then I discovered, and then I discovered Shonen Club.
Okay.
And at first, I didn't like Kiss My at all. I saw them, and I saw Ebby, and I was like, wow, these kids are full of themselves.
I mean, you're not wrong there.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
I think it's a phase everybody goes through.
The only thing I kept seeing was their Firebeat performances, and back in the day, their Firebeat performances were very, like, I don't know how to describe it.
They were out there.
Vigorous?
Yeah, they were very, like, flashy, and I don't know.
They were trying really hard.
Yeah, they were trying too hard, I think. So I was like, I don't know if I like these kids. But then after watching a lot of Shonen Club episodes and watching them interact with other people in the agency, and also playing games, because there were a lot of games in Shonen Club before, I started seeing their personalities, and I liked their personalities a lot better. And then after that, there was no turning back. So... yeah, that's how I started, and their personalities now are nothing like they were when they were kids, but that's your typical teenager, so...
Yeah.
With that being said, we're now at their, what is this, their 13th studio album? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
11th.
11th?
This is their 11th album, but there are
They've
two
done best album, right?
best albums, yeah.
So technically
And then
it
we
is
also lost a
13.
year because of COVID.
I would say it's their 13th studio album, but it's their 11th original, like, yeah.
That's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about MAGFACT.
Woo.
So, you're going to have to help me out here, because my research is limited and hilarious. But the little bit that I can tell you about MAGFACT is that the name, MAGFACT, is an amalgamation of magnet for the attraction point. I don't know how to describe that other than the attraction point. And then fact, as in truth. This album is about connecting. So you're going to see, or you're not going to see, I guess. You're going to hear a lot of collaborative pieces on this album. It's kind of the theme, the goal, the point of this album.
Concept.
We have Glory Days written by Man, I'm going to get this wrong, Man with a Mission?
Yeah.
Man with a Mission.
Thank you. And then we have Otsukare-sama desu, with the collaboration with Sandwich Man. We have Melody, which is based off on themes submitted by fans. We have Fighters, that is based off on what their live production staff team want to see Kisumai do. And I think that's pretty much all of the points that I remember. If anybody wants to fill in some more points, this would be the time.
Just adding on to the Glory Days one, it's written by Man with a Mission's Kamikaze Boy specifically, so one of the members, and not just the entire group.
And then our last kind of piece of I'm going to say this with air quotation marks, so imagine fingers just doing them. Collaboration would be their new member intro song, which is conceptualized with the assistance of AI.
Yes.
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 I have question marks around that one. But we're connecting and we're utilizing technology to its finest, clearly. So, what is everybody's impressions of this album? We can start with one of our special guests, maybe?
Anna, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I can go first. My impression is that, well, first of all, because we've had some of the songs already, it felt shorter than usual.
Yes, very
Yes,
short.
agreed. Yep.
But it's not that the songs aren't new, but it's more that we've had them for a couple weeks, a month or so already. That's the Glory Days and Let's Go Some of This. And then obviously the single songs, but that's regular. But other than that, I think it's a fun album. There's some variety with the songs, as usual with Kiss My. I quite enjoy, especially the upbeat songs. Fighters and Cheat are my favorite songs of the album, which anybody that knows me might have been able to see that coming. I kind of wish we had another, like, dancier ballad type of song, like kind of like Jenga Love.
I loved Jingle.
Or something like Shinkiro from a while back.
Yes.
Something that is a ballad, but it's more dancey rather than cozy, if that makes sense. Because we have Half Baked, for example. That one is it's like not a slow ballad, but it's not really a ballad. It's not really a dancey song either.
No.
If anything, it makes me think of Chillax from the last album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I like that a lot too. I guess my overall impressions is it's an interesting album because there are a lot of variety, and I am excited to see how they're gonna put that into concerts.
Fair. And Ellie, what do you think?
I also thought it was really short. I think it does have less songs than usual. I feel like usually their albums have like 13 to 15 songs on them.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
think 13 is a good average, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a little shorter actually, and then like Anna said, we had some of the songs before. We also had Half Baked
Yes.
early, I think.
Yes.
Not
yes.
like super early.
Like 1 or 2 weeks.
Yeah, and then the Curtain Call single was technically called Curtain Call, but I would more consider it a double A side because they also did the music video for Meta Meta. And because they put both of those songs on this album, we've also had those for a while too. So yeah, it did feel shorter.
We had half the album.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 because we also had the overture technically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think we can all agree that this album felt quite short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like part of it is because we're also not used to them releasing things on streaming too. So before, like, even if they released the music videos early, you would only listen to the song if you were watching the YouTube.
Yeah.
But because they released Glory Days and Otsukare Sama Desu early on streaming as well, you could really go in and play the song over and over and over again without having to, play the YouTube video with it.
Yeah.
So it did feel like we had them for like a really long time, considering.
Yeah.
I know this isn't a synopsis review, but the synopsis album I felt like had a lot of ballads. It had a lot of ballads like all in a row.
Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this album is more mixed, I feel like. There are a lot of different sounds in it.
Yes.
So I quite enjoyed listening to the songs in order and also shuffled.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of listening to albums in order when they come out to like just listen through the whole thing. And it's a new era where we get songs ahead of time. But for me, I'm kind of like, I almost wish we didn't. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I'm split on it. It's nice to get the songs early, but it's also the experience of getting all the new songs at once is kind of lost. I don't think there's a bad or good for either. Like I said, I'm split on it.
I think that's something that can garner an entire episode on its own, because I'm also one of those people who don't like previews. I want to experience the album the way they want me to experience it, not go in knowing already half of the songs on it and being like, oh, it's going to sound like this. Like, that just feels like it's not telling the story.
But then on the other hand, I do think it's great marketing for the album. So it's
Oh, yeah.
hard to have a black or white stance on it. Like, it's very
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a matter of balancing, I guess. But then we get into marketing.
Yeah. It's a different topic.
It's also like their YouTube videos. This is already many, many years ago, but before they were previews of the music videos and not the full music videos.
Yeah.
And I know that they still say it's not the full music video because it's not. They give us like an extra 10 seconds on the DVD, but you get the full song.
Yeah.
So there's nothing
Yeah.
like making you. I was gonna say there's nothing making you want to listen to the album, but that's not true. I did want to listen to the album still, but there's no like surprise element to the songs that they've already released.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, especially they put all those songs in order. So you're just listening to the album and you're just like, I know this one and this one.
That's true.
And it just kept on going for half the track list.
It was
Yeah.
literally the first 5 songs.
Yeah.
Although I have to say, I really appreciate Nika being added into Curtain Call. And
Yes.
Oh, yes.
It doesn't make it a new song, but it's so good to hear him in there.
Yeah.
I think these are the versions I'll be listening to.
Yeah.
I agree.
Zoe, do you have anything else to add on your thoughts on this album?
I think my thoughts are quite similar with everybody's in the sense that, like, yes, it felt very, very short. On my first listen, I was shocked that I was already done listening to the album.
Yeah, me too.
I was like, oh, that passed by really quickly. And then there were a few songs where I was just like, oh, this is very interesting. I don't think I've heard Kisumai do these genres specifically before, or maybe I just don't know because I haven't listened to their whole discography. But yeah, there were a few songs where I was like, oh, this is fun, this is interesting. And I really am excited to see how they put it in a concert, to see how they perform it live. Because yeah, listening to some of these songs, I was like, it was a nice surprise in the sense that they were trying different genres from what I've heard in the past.
I noticed when I looked through the songwriters, the majority of them are actually Japanese songwriters, which for starter groups in general is quite unusual. And I think that probably has to do with that it sounds differently. It sounds different than it has before, and I wonder if that's got to do with it. I do think they mentioned briefly that they've been working with younger artists as well.
Interesting.
Like songwriters, for example. So I think that could be a reason to like the new type of sounds that they haven't tested out before. Then we do know that they like to try new things as well, though. So
Okay, because my impression was like they sounded more Western,
yeah.
Yeah.
even
Is
though
that
like you're
it?
saying that they're like collaborating with more Japanese.
For example, Cheat.
Oh yes.
Yeah, but Cheat I think is written by a Japanese person.
Okay, this might be just my take. It reminds me of something you hear on like RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yes.
kinda.
Absolutely.
I really like it.
Yeah.
Just
Of like
vote
I can
to it,
see
yeah.
them voguing.
Yes.
I had the most violent reaction to Cheat because the first like 5 seconds of it, I was like, what is this?
Oh yeah, I was confused.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, actually, and yes, Cheat is written by Japanese people only.
It felt very K-pop to me.
Kind of,
A little bit.
but it also reminds me of the type of songs that Tama did for a while. Like,
EDM.
Yeah.
like the EDM type of songs.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's not quite the same thing, but
Yes.
it reminds of that.
Yes, it was very dancey, but like in a way where it's like I can see it on RuPaul versus like very specific,
Yeah.
like you see it at the like EDM club.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect it at an idol concert, perhaps.
I could see
Yeah.
it at a gay nightclub. Absolutely.
Yes,
That's why I see
Yeah,
it.
totally.
That's where I want to be.
That is the correct take to have.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride. I was just gonna
happy
say
pride
that.
indeed.
So then, Hoshi, what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, I agree with everybody. It felt really short because we already had half of the songs for at least a couple weeks to a couple months. Generally, for the songs where they added Nika, I'm really glad that he's in these songs, but I wish that he had more solo lines, because for a lot of them, it's just his voice is overlaid, and I want to hear him only.
Yes.
There's not enough of that.
Yeah, I understand that feeling, because I also felt it, but I also think that would cause drama with other members' fans of having lines taken away, which I personally don't care about. I think that it would be nice if we could get... We have two versions, you know? We have the old version,
Yeah.
we have the new version. But I do think that they probably avoided it because fans might throw a fit.
I will say I didn't throw a fit, but I was kind of sad for Curtain Call.
I agree.
Yeah, I understand that one.
Well, okay, but I was sad about like one specific line. Because the line that says "Say that you're into me, are you kidding me?"
Yeah.
used to be Senga's line, and now it's Nika's line.
Yes.
And it was one of my favorite lines.
It fits Senga really well. Yeah.
I do love Nika saying it, but I miss Senga saying it.
Yeah.
It doesn't hit the same. And I'm like, and it's also because I was convinced that Nika would get Gaia's line in the second verse.
I also thought that.
I was convinced. I was like, that line sounds like it should be for Nika. So I was convinced about that. So when I heard it, I was like, I was in the car driving, and if anybody else was looking into my car, they would have assumed I was road raging. But I was not. I was just unhappy with that moment.
Aww.
Yeah.
I am glad to hear Nika singing that line because, like Ellie said, it's a really good line.
It's a really good line.
It is.
I still think maybe Senga deserved that line too. It's hard.
Yeah.
Maybe they could have
It's
sang it
hard.
to each other. Because it's "Say that you're into me, are you kidding me?" They could have
I
gone
would
back and
accept that.
forth.
That would have been nice, actually.
That would
Would have been
That
nice.
would have been nice, and I like to imagine that Senga gave the line to Nika because it's a good line.
Aw.
That makes me feel better. I have no idea if that's the truth.
Here you go,
They're
bestie.
so positive.
They did say before that when they did the line splits for those two songs, they were imagining what it was going to be like with the six of them. So they
Yes.
did probably already know which lines Nika was going to be singing when he came back.
Yeah.
And then, like, listening to it again, Senga does have solo lines just, like, I think
Right
there's a
before that,
chorus
right?
in between it. So right before the chorus, it's Senga, and then
Yeah.
it's Senga again after the chorus.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when I realized that, I was like, oh, that makes sense that Nika had one of those. But I didn't think about it before.
Yeah, it's likely that they even had these songs picked out before Nika was went on hiatus, and they just had to release it later than they had intended because they were waiting for him, kind of.
I think at the end of the tour, we were all convinced that they were going to be announcing something to us on the last day. But the last day ended up being the day that Nika wasn't there, so then they didn't announce anything because not all of them were there. So it's possible that they were meaning to release the single before they actually did. In which case they would have already been looking at the song and working on the line splits and stuff.
Because usually they release a single pretty soon after tour if they do a summer tour.
Okay.
And that would have meant that they already had the songs in mind, probably.
Yeah.
It's possible that those lines were meant to be Nika's to begin with, but they're really good lines, so I can...
Yeah.
Well, at least now we have both
Yeah.
versions.
Yes.
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 The other version isn't going to disappear, right?
Yeah.
No.
We just overlap them.
Or no, you can do your own editing. One does the
Yeah.
first line and then the other does the other.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, I,
I
need
mean,
that
like,
edit.
Let me get on that.
I need that.
I'll get on that. So that's kind of like the curtain call thing. I was also thinking about Meta Meta, and I was also convinced that because Gaia said that he did the rap with Nika in mind, I was convinced that that was going to be given back to Nika. So instead we had Nika overlay, and I was like,
I was upset.
I don't
I-
hate it. I actually quite like it, but
I'm upset.
this was not what I was expecting.
I thought it was going to be a rap battle. I really wanted a rap battle.
Yeah. At
Oh,
least.
that'd be so good.
They do great rap duet / battles, whatever. They've done it in a couple songs before, and that's
Should've
just
done
what it should have been,
that.
honestly.
That would have been great.
I think Gaia did say when they were doing the promo for it, that he was like imagining how Nika would do the rap, because it doesn't sound like a Gaia rap. Gaia's raps usually sound very different.
Mm-hmm.
But he did say that they knew that if they gave the rap outright back to Nika, then there were going to be people who were going to be upset. So they were trying to figure out a way to do it so that everybody would be happy about it.
I think rap battle was the
battle.
solution here.
Rap battle is the way to go.
Yeah, that would have been the solution.
Yeah. I do miss Gaia raps, though.
Yeah, me too. That's why rap battle. I'm set on this.
So, with that all kind of being said, this is just our general views, and we're going to kind of dive into this a little bit more. So, we've all said the album felt short because half the songs were released, but is there any song that left you with the strongest impression?
Cheat.
Who's gonna play?
Who's gonna play?
Yeah.
I love Who's
play,
Gonna Play.
yeah.
I was really worried about it before when they were just talking about it, how it was like they're getting help from AI.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's... As at that point, it depended to me on whether AI was actually writing it for them or if they actually had a lyricist come in and help them. After watching the footage, there are a couple of lines that were taken straight out of the AI stuff, but they did have an actual lyricist come in and compile things and like brush it up for them. So I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of wish that they had just like came up with things about each other to sing about,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be cute.
but I guess that's what makes this intro song different from the other intro songs that they've had. But it reminded me of Arashi's it's a really old intro song.
Is it La Tormenta?
Oh,
Yes,
La Tormenta.
yes. For some reason, it reminded me of La Tormenta, and it also reminds me of Traja's name song.
Oh, God.
Unique
yeah.
Tigers.
Unique Tigers, yeah.
Yeah, Unique Tigers,
Oh no.
which I also really love. Unique Tigers.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
It's so much fun.
I'm not familiar, so I can't say.
Do you not like Unique Tigers?
Unique Tigers hurts me deeply.
Oh.
Why?
I just can't. Every time I'm like, they start, I'm like, I can't. I don't know why, I just can't.
Sexy tiger, cutie tiger.
Oh my, stop.
Maybe you have to
Brain
experience it
tiger.
live.
Stop.
Maybe we need to drag you to a concert.
Well,
Maybe
I'm
you'll
going
feel
to the New
differently.
York one, so when if they do
I
that
hope they
there.
sing it for you.
Yeah.
Calling songs can be like super ridiculous, but I like how hyped the audience gets when they happen. They might not be songs that I listen to all the time, but I will definitely be listening to Who's Gonna Play.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is a good one.
Because it's funny, too.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
Nika, boom.
Oh
Yeah,
my
boom
God,
is the
it's so
highlight.
funny.
It
I
is.
love that part.
Every time it happens. Every time he goes boom.
Yay.
Yeah, that's my favorite part of the song.
So then I heard somebody yell cheat, and we know that was Anna.
That was me. I like Cheat a lot. It was quite impactful the first time you hear it. You're like, what? But also, yes.
Yeah.
I really like it. I like the upbeat, like the club vibes type of songs.
Mm.
And this one has it. And I'm the type of person that listens to lyrics a lot. So the lyrics to this one is really fun. Like, they're kind of like, it's not really play on words necessarily, but it's like repeating of sounds that then become a word and stuff, and I really enjoyed listening to that. It's I just really like it.
Anna's the opposite of me. I listen to the music.
Yeah.
I listen to the music,
I listen
and
to
Anna
the
listens
music
to the
too,
lyrics.
I'd like to say, but
No, but it's like you actually pay attention.
Vibe versus lyrics. Yeah.
yeah, the lyrics are definitely what can get me hooked on a song. If the lyrics are good, even if the song is not my go-to type of song, I will fall for it if the lyrics are good.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
That makes sense.
So I don't know, Cheat. I don't know if I'd say Cheat lyrics are good, but they're fun. They're fun, and I enjoy that a lot. We all need some fun in our lives,
Agreed.
Yes.
and I'm very excited to see them perform it. I'm expecting lasers.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm
100%.
expecting smoke. I'm
Put us in that club.
expecting robot Gaia.
Fire. Robot Gaia. I love Robot Gaia.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I'm very excited to see this performance. So, she is totally the one that left the strongest impression on me. I also really like Fighters, but it's more of that's just a plain good song. It wasn't necessarily a stronger impression because I think Cheat just kind of overwhelmed me. If that makes sense.
Fighters gave me a like an updated Takeover vibe.
Oh, I felt more like the rocky ballads that they do at the end of concerts sometimes, but instead of a ballad, it's just a rocky song. That's kind of how I felt. Like Dream On, but not end of concert.
What I was imagining was the performance of Takeover from Synopsis, like that vibe that was going. Is the kind of vibe I imagine is going to happen with Fighters, which makes sense because it's the live production team that picked this song for them. So that would make sense to me because even the members last year were surprised at how much the audience vibe would take over since it's such an old song and they haven't done it for many years.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's the way they were performing it.
Yeah.
So good.
Which it wasn't a lot at all, you know, they were on the carts like headbanging.
That's enough.
But it was just the atmosphere.
The vibe.
They
is
were
too
in
strong.
cars before, weren't they? Correct me if I'm wrong, Anna. The first time
have no
they
idea.
performed it, I think they were in like Jeeps.
They were in, well, the front three were in Jeeps and the others were on wires, weren't they? Am I thinking of the right performance? They had wires in that concert.
I don't remember if they were on wires, but the front three were
I
definitely
think it was
in the
just
Jeep.
the front three in a Jeep, yeah.
I think the other four might have just been walking on the stage. I don't...
Oh.
Maybe. I feel like they were on wires. They were on wires at some point at that concert. It's been literally like 13 years, so...
Yeah. Yeah, so that it felt like an updated Takeover to me, or like that kind of vibe that they were going for. Also, interestingly enough, the lyricist for Fighters also worked on Jenga Love.
Oh.
Their vibes are completely different.
Yeah, very different.
He didn't write Jenga Love, but he was involved in like the editing and of the music, I think, not the lyrics. But I thought that was interesting.
That is interesting. It gave me very punk rock vibes from the early 2000s. That's why I was like, oh, it's like very interesting that they're going after like they have so many different sounds in this album, and it was giving me like Western music vibes just from those like Fighters and Cheat specifically. So I think having those two first in the album after the first 5 tracks, it left a very strong impression, like from those 2 tracks, and then ending with Who's Gonna Play. I think it was like perfect.
Yeah.
So then would that be the song with the strongest impression?
Oh, I think
for
it was
you?
Cheat. I literally like did a double take when I heard it.
Okay.
I was like, I don't know what's going on, but this is this is amazing.
And then Hoshi.
I also agree that Cheat just like kind of stopped me in my tracks. I was like, "Oh, this is a new sound that I've never heard from them before." But I was kind of listening to the whole album while I was working, and when we finally got to Who's Gonna Play, you know, I wasn't super paying attention to the beginning until they started chanting Miyachi, and I was like, what? Why are they chanting his name? That only happens in an intro song. And then I was like, oh my god,
It's an intro song.
we have a new intro song? So I had to go back and listen from the beginning, and I love it. I also love that when Yoko introduces Gaia, it's a sexy theme for his music. And he calls him Taipei.
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
No, we were listening to it, and Anna was like, "Why does Gaia's have nothing to do with Gaia?"
It's really just like it's like your average, I don't know what you'd call it, like the sexy front figure type of introduction. It could be any of the front idols, to be honest. But that said, it's really funny because like the lyrics are funny. It's like whisper in your ear or whatever.
It's also really funny because the image
Well, there was a line with like a finger.
Wait, what?
with a finger.
Yeah, there's something about a Yubi, and I was like,
Oh yeah,
what are they
it's
saying?
about
I swear.
it
I need
says
to look
like entangle your fingers and whisper in your ear, like holding hands basically.
Oh my god.
The thing that you were saying about a finger sounded real
Oh
sketchy.
yeah.
Okay.
Definitely had to look up the
That's
lyrics
not what I meant. Okay.
for this one.
Oh, no, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's what Anna said.
Okay.
But I also think it's funny because the image that fans have of him is that, like, sexy character, whatever. But Gaia himself thinks it's ridiculous.
I think people that don't watch Kiss My in depth totally have that view, yeah. And it's fair because that's kind of what he put out for many years. But since he turned 30, I think he's toned it down a lot, and now he's just a man on stage and he sings. Like, he's not overplaying the sexy at all.
Yeah, he's being himself.
Yeah, and he's having fun, and that's really fun
So
to see.
cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love Gaia when he's performing because you can tell how much he loves to do concerts and perform in front of people. He's always so alive. For many years, he wasn't very alive on stage. And I think it was because he was, like, forcing himself to be a character that he wasn't. But now he's just kind of himself, like, unapologetically, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, like, he's silly, but he's also cool, you know? It's just great to see.
That's the guy I like.
Yeah.
I also don't really know older Gaia because I'm not caught up at all. Yeah. I think if I watched older concerts, he wouldn't be my favorite.
I don't think you're missing out on his, like, I'm trying to say this in a good way. You're not missing any character development, if that makes sense. It came later. He was playing a character.
Yeah.
For a long time, a character that he, as we can see now, is not really the true him. And I think it's fair because a lot of idols put on a character anyway.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
just how you do it, and that's how you sell. But now that they're more comfortable in where they are, and what they can and can't do, I just think overall they're all more relaxed now. So.
Yeah. It's more endearing this
If
way.
you ask older fans, like, pre-debut times, he put out that, like, sexy character, kind of, but he was more, like, playful, like how he is now.
Yeah, like silly
and
sexy.
Then, and then, like, right after debut, I don't know if it was, like, a management decision or whatever, but it kind of, like, killed that. And he didn't seem as, like, lively for the first couple of years.
I think he said that he partly chose to do it himself. I think he was probably encouraged to do it, but I think he, at some point, touched upon it when he was like, I needed to be the cool guy for the group to sell.
So, I guess overall, it's overwhelmingly either Cheat or Who's Gonna Play that has given us the strongest impression, but the strongest impression equate to favorite song on the album.
That's a hard one.
I think I still need more time.
I'd say no.
Yeah, I think maybe more time, but also Fighters, the more I listen to it, the more it's growing on me. I think that might be my true favorite. Maybe?
That's a valid point. There's a lot of meaning in a lot of their songs this time around, so it's a little bit hard to kind of pick a favorite, I think, in that sense. Overall, I feel like this album, I think the part that I like best, so maybe not the favorite song, but the favorite thing I love about this album is that it's a very mellow album.
Yeah.
It's like a grown-up Sunday kind of album, and that's like most of the descriptions I have for the songs are like, this feels very Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, it's just a Sunday.
Curtain call?
And I like that about this album.
Well, that's Friday night.
Okay,
said
I've
an
cut
adult.
out those parts. Adult Sunday.
Oh.
You live with it what you will.
Are you talking about only about the new songs?
Yeah.
I wasn't factoring in Curtain Call because I don't generally factor singles. Singles in my head when it comes to an album is the I must insert it because it happened during this
collection,
period.
yeah.
It doesn't actually...
Like, if you didn't buy the single, you have it in the album.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the story of the album. It's just kind of the one thing that takes me away from what the album is supposed to feel like.
I mean,
so
yeah,
I
because
don't
the
count
single had its
that.
own story.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Other than that, then yes, it's a very Sunday album for me. Thank you. But then it does kind of make me go, I don't know how they're going to put it all together for the concert tour.
Yeah, and also because there aren't a lot of songs, that means there are going to be a lot of old songs too. So what songs are they going to mix these with?
I'm one of those people who like to see the old stuff performed.
Yeah, especially with their updated looks, updated voices. Like, it's good to hear old songs.
There's definitely going to be a she, her. That's all that matters.
Okay. As much as I like she, her, they can retire it from their concert tour from like
Honestly,
for like 1 or 2
No.
years.
Just do it in a medley.
Okay, for a year.
They've added
Just
it to
a
the
year.
medley, but it's still there.
Just do 1 year. I still need it.
I'm very excited about the possibility of the old songs maybe getting a refresh, an update, a revamp. But I'm also really wondering how much of the mellow of this album is going to come out in the tour.
Maybe they'll have blocks.
I think they'll work it out in blocks, yeah. They have a lot of songs,
Yeah.
I would say, that are, while not the same, but similar vibes. I'm confident that Nika's gonna figure it out.
Also, like, one of the songs that didn't really stand out for me was Lollipop. But Lollipop to me is a very Kiss
Yeah.
My-esque sound.
Lollipop, to me, the more I listen to it, the more I like it, actually. Again, the lyrics are not what I expected from a song called Lollipop. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, Lollipop is a good
Yes.
song. It's just not one of the songs that slaps you in the face when you listen to the album.
Yes, exactly.
It's one of the ones that you have to get, like, you have to
Yeah.
get past getting slapped in the face, and then
Yeah.
you come back to it and be like, oh,
Totally, yeah. Like, when it comes on right after Cheat,
yeah.
Exactly.
Nice.
yeah,
It's
it comes on
overshadowed.
right after Cheat, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, we're doing this now. But then when I select Lollipop to listen to it, I actually quite enjoy it. But I think that's, again, like, it's a lyric thing for me. I don't think the song on its own, if it had mediocre lyrics to me, then I don't think I'd be that into it.
That's fair.
But there's a line that I really like. I can't recite it perfectly, but it goes somewhat like, if you translate it, it would be like, as long as I have this lollipop, I'm not able to sigh, even. Like, you have something to stop you from feeling bad.
Oh,
And, like,
that's cute.
I don't know, I need to analyze those lyrics more, but there's just something about that catches my attention. And I quite enjoy that. But yeah, no, it's a slap to the face for sure when it comes out on after Cheat, and which comes on after Fighters, right? So it's like up tempo, cool songs.
Yeah.
Lollipop.
Yeah. The whiplash is
Yeah,
real.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I am glad that they included a song like that on it, because, like I said, it's very nostalgic of, like, what Kiss My's quote-unquote sound is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
like, they've always said, like, that every time they come up with something new, it's new, but it also feels like Kiss My.
Yeah.
This feels like Kiss My, but it feels old. If that makes sense. Like, in a good way.
Okay.
Like, in a good way. It's not like they're, like, straying away from who they are, which is nice.
Like, it's nostalgic.
Yes.
That's good too.
I feel like Glory Days is probably my favorite, though. Like, it's the song that I will listen to again and again. I don't feel like I've gotten tired of it yet, and I feel like I've listened to it over 100 times.
I
So-
agree with that. I don't think I'll get tired of it.
It is a good song.
That one also
Yeah.
has great lyrics. It's got great lyrics. It's got a
Yes.
good speed to it. It's not, you don't feel like it's rushed. You don't feel like it's slow. Like it's I don't know. It's a really good song.
I also like how in Glory Days, like, their individual solo sections are, like, a good chunk. Like, they each have, like, a good chunk of solo lines, which, like, lets you focus in on that member's voice. And I love Nika's singing voice, and we don't get to hear it a lot recently because he's only been rapping for his solo lines. So thank you for giving us singing Nika.
I love it.
Like, I just think he looks like a baby lion during his last line in the first chorus. His Nakinagara sekendeta. like he's sitting in his chair and he just opens his mouth so wide. He just looks like he's like roaring.
Yeah, his nose is like scrunched up.
I need to revisit the music video. I don't remember it at all.
You're gonna have to rewatch it after this. But yeah, like
Yeah.
the only thing that's like that I think is, it's not like I don't like it about it, but when they don't get to do full versions of the songs on music shows, it means that you're missing out on a bunch of the members, because if they only do the first chorus, you only get the first three.
Right.
Yep.
So that's the unfortunate part of splitting the lines the way they did.
Yeah.
But yeah, and also if they do like a shorter version in concert,
I don't think they will though.
they won't for this concert tour, but if they choose
Yeah,
to
no,
do it
for
in the
the future,
future,
maybe.
then and they cut the song down, then you won't get certain members in it.
Oh.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. But I like getting
Please always do the full song.
right. But I like being able to hear all of them.
I know.
That's a Nika
I do
request.
think it makes it sound more like a cohesive song that way, like when you listen to it as a whole. You're right about the
Yes.
live version being maybe a problem in the future, but I like that they can sometimes prioritize the song as a whole
Yes.
versus what it'll be like live. Yeah.
Yeah, because majority of people are going to be able to listen to the song, but not everybody's going to be able to see them do it live.
Yes.
So,
Right.
and also you're not going to be playing the DVD every single day,
No.
but you might play the song in your car every single
Well.
day on the way to work.
Hoshi's like, watch me.
That's true. Cars have DVD players in them now, right? I guess they've had them for a long time, but you could just
Yeah, but
play
you
it
can
in your
only watch
car.
it in the back.
Yeah.
The driver can't watch
Not in
it.
Japan.
Like,
Anyway, back to MAGFACT. This would be a good time. It's never a good time, but this would be a good time. To kind of be like, was there anything we kind of wished they changed or it didn't work for you or we wish we had? I know we talked a little bit about it through Meta Meta and Curtain Call, and those I think are the two major ones just
Yeah.
because they were a single and then they had to get
Yeah.
they weren't
Re-recorded.
redone. I guess just having to add Nika.
Added, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they were
No.
re-recorded. I think there's
No,
No,
they
they
just
just
added
added
it.
Nika's.
yeah.
Yeah.
I said it already, but I wanted a dancey ballad, like a dancey pop type of ballad.
I have to
Same.
agree. It did feel like it
Which is
lacked
surprising
that.
because I feel like they usually have one of those in
They
their
usually do.
albums.
I think for me is I kind of wish they shuffled the song order a little bit so we didn't get all of the songs
Yeah.
that we knew up
Yeah,
front.
I hear
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That was the same thing as last year too, though. I wish they had shuffled it because the album last year, I don't know if you remember, but it started off like really up tempo and high beat, and then it went into all of the ballads consecutively, and I was like, you could have thrown
falling
me off a
asleep.
little bit by mixing it.
Yeah, falling asleep for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I also wish there were more songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if the lack of songs has to do with Nika coming back and they had to like kind of push the album out.
That's what I think.
That was my
Yeah.
feeling too.
I think so too.
Because they announced it March 31st. Well, they teased it March 31st.
Yeah.
Which is very late. They hadn't already announced the tour at that point.
Yeah.
And there was just no news of an album.
The entire thing felt
Yeah.
very rushed. I was like, I don't know how
Yeah.
long it takes to put together an album, but
2 months
it
is
felt like they
very
only put it
fast.
together in like 3 months.
They might have started
Yeah, I was like, that
already,
feels
but,
wrong.
Yeah.
It's true. They didn't have a title at the point where they announced that there was a tour coming
Yeah.
Yeah.
either, which then means that details weren't solidified about the album until after that.
Yeah.
Oh my
Like they were
gosh.
only they only announced it so early because they wanted to announce it on debut announcement day.
Yeah.
And we were just like waiting for
Yeah.
a whole month and a half after that.
Yeah.
yeah.
I also felt like for them, it's probably normal if you compare them to a bunch of other groups, but it felt like we were missing a lot of like video footage content
Yeah.
compared to usual, because usually they give us a lot of like content other than just the making of.
Which, to be fair, we didn't get tiny amounts of of footage this time either.
Yes.
We still got, I think, nearly 2
I
hours
know.
in total.
I know, it's just the spoiled part of me. Like, I just remember Kiss My World, where they gave us, like,
4 hours.
4 hours of footage on an album, not even a DVD.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think the DVD that year was like 7 hours, wasn't it?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But
Yeah.
I think that change happened when we went from AVEX to Ment. Yeah.
I have a lot of feelings about
I
Met,
do too.
but
Yeah,
that's
that's
another
true. I'll
podcast
come back for
episode.
that
That's
episode.
an entire another podcast. if we to a point where this podcast feels safe about criticizing Stardo, we'll talk about that.
I wouldn't say it's full.
I have a lot of
criticism.
feelings.
We're allowed to have opinions of both types. I think.
Yeah, of
But,
course.
If you want me back for that, I'll come.
It felt like they could have used a shuffle, and very honestly, it was not a good idea to put everything that had a video content that they released so far in advance in the beginning of the
I agree.
album. It just made the album feel like it was made out of 5 songs.
Yeah.
I
Oh.
agree.
The other thing that I also was not a big fan of, and this is very nitpicky, is the overture. I think I had listened to that overture for way too long, watching the promos for the album. That listening to the overture on the album itself, I was like, oh no, I'm getting flashbacks.
I honestly have not listened to the overture more than once on the album.
Same. I
I
just
was like once
skip
and
it.
done.
Yeah.
Yes, I skip it every time it comes back on, but I'm just like, I just have like that. The ending of that song is just stuck in my
Yeah.
head forever now.
It's not my favorite overture that they've done, but I do appreciate that they've kept the overtures going in all of the albums.
Yeah.
They started with the
Yeah.
first one, and
Yeah,
each
That's
album
nice.
has its
No.
own. But I really
Some
like
of
the
them are good,
synopsis
some of them
one.
are- yeah. Synopsis one is really good.
The synopsis one was
Oh, I
like
like the
Disney-esque
synopsis
to
one.
me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was really cute.
I will say,
yeah.
however, that with this, the AI videos aside for promo, I am excited to see what they do with their opening video with this year's overture, because it sounds like video game-esque, but they did video games last year, so
Yeah.
what are they attaching it to this year?
I just like see those little AI chickens in my head.
No.
I'm like, I
fingers.
guess.
They're kind of cute, but I wish they weren't what
They
they
were
are.
scary.
Yeah.
Like it was Uncanny Valley.
Yeah,
Like
Oh,
they were
no.
cute and then they were not.
I did not like the AI video.
I'm not a fan of it. I understand why they want to play with it, because it's something that a lot of the entertainment industry is doing
Yeah.
right now.
It's the hot new thing.
I just wish we kind of just
Ugh.
weren't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is unrelated to things I don't want, or not things I don't want, unrelated to things that I wish they had in the album. I'm jumping all over the place, but let's get some of this. In the beginning, I didn't know how to feel about it because
Really?
it's so ridiculous, but it's really grown on me.
I really like
It's
it.
so catchy.
I
It's
love
so
it.
catchy.
It's so catchy.
I need to
It's
learn
the song that I
I think
repeat the
the
most
dance
when I'm
or
working.
like the hand.
Oh, I will give
Yes.
you a lecture if you need
Yes,
that, and a
please.
penlight foodie lecture.
Oh yes, yes.
But yeah, let's go to some of this. Like, because it was so ridiculous, and because we got it right after Glory Days, and I liked Glory Days so much.
It was Whiplash.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so silly.
Yeah, I do love that they got to work with Sandwich Men, though. 'Cause they've been working with them on TV for so long now, and Sandwich Men is so supportive of them. It was nice to see them be able to do something together.
I have no idea what they're saying in any of their lines.
It's one of those songs that nobody's ever going to be able to translate.
Okay.
And they're just
Unfortunately.
really funny, actually. They're,
Yeah, they're really funny, but
They are funny, but I have no idea what they're saying.
Is it in the lyrics? Or it's just like not included?
I think so, but if you need to, I can help you. I've figured them out, I think.
Okay.
Okay, I have not read the lyrics.
Same.
the stuff that Sandwich Man is saying is really funny in the background. It's really hard to focus on what they're saying, though.
Yeah, it's taken me several rounds of listening to it to be like, okay, yeah, now I know what they're saying. It's also because there are some lines where they're saying things like, it's like Peking duck or whatever, and he's not saying it in katakana, like It's not daku, it's duck.
Oh.
So it's kind of hard to hear because they're using like the English pronunciation versus the Japanese katakana pronunciation. But that's also what makes it really fun.
I see.
Yeah, but the lyrics themselves that like Kesmai are actually singing, like those lyrics are lyrics that nobody's going to be able to translate, because if you translate it, it won't make any sense.
Yeah, because they're talking about the usage of the words "otsukaresama desu." So like, it's not easy to translate at all.
Yeah, like the appropriate times and places to use it and stuff, and it will not translate at all because it doesn't exist as a concept in English.
I guess it would become a translation of the description of how to use it, but not a translation of the phrase itself.
Is this Japanese lessons?
Yeah, honestly though.
One thing I will say is that if you ever see the full version of the music video that's on the DVD versions, Anna pointed this out to me, but read the credits,
Oh.
because they're not real credits
Oh.
Oh?
In the music video?
in the music video.
Yeah, at the end of the music video on the DVD,
Oh, okay.
there's
On
like
the DVD.
there are credits rolling, but it's just like things that they said or things that happened. Or
But it's written in
comments from the
English?
staff being like, "Wow, everybody was eating it looked delicious," like that type of thing.
That's
Yeah.
so funny.
But it's
really
written in Romaji, so it's like English
Oh my
alphabets,
goodness.
right? And then
Yeah.
they're
Oh my God.
stylized, so they look like logos of companies.
Oh, that's even more ridiculous. I love
Yeah.
that.
Oh, wow.
It's
They
really funny.
they really like ran with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you have an opportunity, please go watch the Otsukaresama desu DVD version of the music video.
Wait, which version is this on?
That
A.
should be on
I have
A?
version A.
A.
I think it's
I feel
A.
like you have every
And
version.
while you're at it, go and
No.
watch the Glory Days version. Glory Days DVD version. They've got little fangs.
Oh.
Yes, they have.
Oh, they have
wolf
fangs.
With that then said, does anybody have any last kind of thoughts that they want to share that hasn't been shared?
I have no thoughts in my brain.
Not really, but I'm very excited to see what they're gonna be doing with this for the performances.
Yeah, I'm excited for the
Yes.
concert.
I think that's my overall.
wanna see it
take from
live.
The whole.
Yes, I'm very excited for you.
And I hope they do a stream.
I do hope they do a stream.
Oh, I really hope they do a stream.
Nika, you went to watch Traja on the day where they were streaming. Please take notes. He was in the audience the day that they streamed the Traja concert.
Oh, you guys went.
Who?
No,
Well,
Nika
us
went.
too, but Nika was also there.
Oh, Nico went.
Yes.
Oh.
So I hope he was taking notes.
Yeah. Why?
That's valid.
Oh, for the live stream
Yes.
part?
Yeah. That they could do the concert as
Oh,
normal
Zoe.
with very minimal mention to like people watching in the live stream, but they still streamed it. He doesn't have to change his production value for it.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
no.
okay.
There are still people watching the concert live.
Yes, and it's an arena
Yeah,
tour,
yeah.
so like there are a lot of people that didn't hit, even if they live in Japan. So
Cough.
please take notes.
As the international fan who will not be watching this concert,
Yes.
please.
I want everybody to get the
Please
chance to
stream
watch
it.
it. So
Same.
yes,
Yes.
live stream, please.
I know.
I'll wake up at 4 in the morning. It's
I'm
nothing.
all for
I will
accessibility.
pay for this ticket.
Ideally, also archived.
Yes, with an archive. Because the Traja one didn't have an
Please.
archive, I think.
True.
Please.
Yeah, they didn't.
Oh.
Oh, really?
But it was also like 700 yen.
Oh, I'm surprised. So, I'm going to say that we've exhausted all of our thoughts on MAGFACT, and we're all very excited for this
Yes.
tour to happen. And we hope that if you've made it this far into our podcast, that you have listened to MAGFACT. And if you haven't, it's on streaming as of June 16th, so now you have no excuse.
Yes. Go listen.
Go
Click
listen.
like and subscribe.
Follow them.
You're more enthusiastic about that than getting people to like and subscribe us, Zoe. I'm a little bit hurt. But after this, if you're interested, Kisumai is on socials. So their YouTube is at KISMYFT2. Their Twitter X is KMF2 underscore 0810MENT. And their TikTok is at KISMYFT2 underscore ment recording. Do check them out. Some of them have their own personal Instagram or Twitter X accounts, so go forth that way. And here, ladies, gentlemen, audience, if you could all somehow give us some energy here, and maybe Zoe will be more excited to tell people to subscribe, like, and comment on our stuff than she is about Kisumai, because we are also on various podcasting platforms. So please like, review, comment. We do our best to get back to everybody, but every comment is a learning opportunity so far. And we just like hearing from you.
Yes.
As well, we are on Twitter, X. I keep calling it Twitter because I don't know yet. Still, half the
We're
people in
calling
my
it
life
Twitter.
call it Twitter. Half
Oh,
the people
I
in
still
my
call
life
it Twitter.
It's Twitter
Same.
forever.
Twitter X. But I digress. We are there as pen_kuro, PEN_KURO. Also, DM us. Feel free to reach out. We'll make Zoe reply you. So, as this has just become me dragging Zoe through the mud, we'll let her close out the episode.
No.
Yes, please like, comment, subscribe, do everything, please. All right,
With more
we're gonna wrap it up for real
enthusiasm.
now. Thank you all for listening. 以上、ペンクロでした。
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.